It says, Will Smith says that he was spit on by a white actor while filming Emancipation.
What?
He's already gotten melodramatic and emotional about Emancipation before this. He talked about being in these prop chains, which are actually real chains that have locks. And then someone loses the key on set.
They're
and they go
fired.
searching for the key, and he can't get out of the chains, and he's like, I'm starting to have a panic attack, like I'm gonna cry. And then I really understood the experience of the slave. And I'm just thinking, like, you have lived literally the most comfortable life imaginable. There is nothing that could make you actually understand the experience of a slave. Like, stop being such a drama queen.
So imagine this. We're reading this, right? And 5 minutes before this, I'm explaining to Mary how Will Smith used to be the height of cool in Hollywood. I'm like, it's true.
Literally,
I know it sounds fake.
All I know is YouTube Rewind. That's hot. Like that's the first impression that I had of Will Smith consciously.
If you haven't seen Independence Day, you'll never know how cool Will Smith was.
I've seen Independence Day. It's just, it didn't really, I was a kid. I don't know.
Welcome to Earth. Are you kidding me? Like, I just want to get up there and kick E.T.'s ass. That's all. Like, and that's Harry Connick Jr. in him with that, right? Is that?
Well, they're making a Bad Boys 4,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's back to what he's best at doing. I don't think Emancipation was the best comeback move he could have made.
Not to endear yourself to the public. Like,
and then of course, like he said
camp.
that his own daughter was like, "Daddy, do we really need another slave movie?"
yeah.
Wow.
And it's a genuine question. Like,
It is.
Was that Willow that said? I don't think they
I
ever
believe
said.
so.
Yeah,
He said
had
it was
to be-
his daughter. Yeah.
Does
And
he only have the two, Willow and Jaden?
I think so, yeah. But he also talked about one of his nephews
He really named
saying
his
like,
kids Willow
how
and
could
Jaden.
Uncle Will do that to that man?
So this
Why
is
did he hit that man?
This is his quote, oh, and he's been going off too. Chris Rock has like made a whole special about it on Netflix. Like he won't let it go now.
Yeah.
I love that he just got real petty. Like he was kind of stoic about it at first. He's like, I'm not going to comment on it. I'm leaving it alone. I got nothing to say.
Didn't he say it was like traumatizing? He was like processing the trauma.
Well, he said he's not going to comment on it. He did, to be fair, said I'm not going to comment on it until I can monetize it. He like said that in a quote.
Fair enough, you know?
So it says, he says, Emancipation was the most individual, difficult film of my entire career, he said after director Anthony Fuqua spoke. And he says, it was the second day of shooting and 110 degrees. I was in a scene with one of the white actors and we had our lines. And the actor decided
Why did they
to
capitalize
ad-lib.
white in here, by
I
the
know,
way?
right? Well, when they capitalize maybe that's like a pushback against the people who capitalize
know.
black. Yeah, like I still don't get that. Like, why is that a problem? Like capitalizing, is that just like a...
It's just, it's weird grammatically.
Okay. And he basically, guys, what happened is he delivers his line, the white actor delivers his line and had the nerve to ad-lib on set. And after the white actor, which by the way, they don't give this guy's name.
He ad-libbed and spit in the middle of my chest.
Yes.
If I had pearls on, I definitely would have clutched them.
I think he's just embraced his like dorkdom. Like if you watch this video, guys,
It's not just being a dork. It's like literally being like the
Feminine.
most beta cuck.
It's effeminate. It's effeminate. Like the way he like when he does like the speech. Yeah, I don't think we can play it for
Also,
fear of copyright.
someone on here commented 7 years a slave, a Will Smith story going straight to Hallmark Channel.
No, it wouldn't go to Hallmark. It would have to go to something else. Maybe we could bring back Quibi for that.
I mean, I
so
think
snackable.
Maybe, yeah, the clips, they're so snackable. It's perfect. And he said that he wanted to call out for the director after this happened, but he realized that Peter, his character, couldn't have called the director.
Whoa.
Of course not.
Whoa. I mean, a slave couldn't go 200 years in the future and call someone for help?
Couldn't do that.
So this is him basically
Helped him get into character.
I mean, yeah, exactly. This is not him saying just, it helped me get into character. It's him saying, I like connected to, my ancestral roots, and I really like tapped into the real experience of what it's like to be a slave.
And then he went home and said, which of my 18 bathrooms will I do a number 2 in?
Yes.
I mean,
I called to the house for my kids and they called me from a landline.
He's
at the
married
other
to
end of the
Jada
house.
Pinkett Smith, so maybe he actually does have a connection to their
That's
experience.
a
He's
fair point.
emotionally lashed every day.
That's a fair point. Like, she wasn't at this award show. Like she did not go with him to this.
Yeah,
likely.
makes sense.
Yeah, like I do love the idea that
spazzed out again.
she probably has like a calendar for him to follow. She's like, you can go to this event, but not this event. Like you can go here, but not here.
Was this the first one that invited him? I need to know.
Well, she's tracking him with an app, right? That's for sure.
Oh, she's got
location
Find
on.
My Phone on his
But
phone.
her location isn't on.
Yeah, well, she's got an entanglement app that keeps it from tracking her phone, I'm sure. Also, his being cool isn't as old as you think. People loved him as Deadshot. He was like the one good thing people liked about Suicide Squad besides Harley Quinn. People liked her in that role, and they liked him as Deadshot, and that's about it. He was cool. He used to be cool, and now he's a pearl-clutching weirdo.
Another part of this, he said okay, the director did end up saying, like, hey, let's do a take without you spitting on his chest. And he said, in that moment, I knew that God was real.
This wasn't the cringe of the week. This wasn't the cringe.
This is, I mean,
the cringe of the day needs to be snackables.
Yes, it's bite-sized cringe.
This is like a 3-course meal of cringe.
Yes, and to be fair, most of the stuff we cover could be cringe of the day. A good many of the things we cover could be cringe of the day.
Another thing is he thanked Apple. Because this was going to Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
He said, I want to thank Apple because the budget was one thing, and then the budget was another thing, and then the budget was another thing, and Apple never flinched. It was the first time I had heard from a studio that the story was more important than how much it costs to get it done. They make iPhones, they can do it. You're basically admitting that the mega corporations are conspiring in your favor.
Well,
and
also,
they are in the post-profit age. They don't care about making a profit on a project if it sends the right message.
Also, it's kind of proof that he's like, they have child slaves. It's fine. They can fund it. The child slaves can fund it.
Child slaves. They can do it.
Hey,
literally, the irony of Apple funding a movie about slavery to seem pious.
To be fair, those child slaves are never spit on. That's fine.
That's a good point.
To our knowledge.
That we know about. He's had, I'm more offended. Like, I was more offended by his involvement in the Karate Kid reboot with Jaden. Like, I've heard people,
reboot was cute.
No.
I liked that.
I forgot it completely. I saw it, but
it had Taraji P. Henson in it, and I like Taraji P. Henson, but in general,
it was a cute movie. I go back and rewatch it sometimes.
So here's the bigger question: why does he tell that story on this stage?
Why is that your first story back?
He's an actor. He's got a million stories. I'm sure the set had a lot of different things he could share. His life's full and colorful. Why that story? That's interesting.
No, I agree 100%. Like if you're his like publicist, or you're the people in charge of his public image who probably just hate having Jada Pinkett Smith around. Like if you're this publicist and it's your job to make him cool again or likable again, like and you're talking to him, this conversation has come up. You've discussed like, what are you going to talk about on stage? Is an award show really the greatest place for you to go right now? Like maybe you should just send Anthony Fuqua to accept the award and look a little bit more down to earth. So you go there like, okay, fine. We're gonna go to this award show. You're gonna go on stage. Now it'd be funnier if you went up there and like fake slap somebody. See, I don't like that, but that's just me. But like they had to discuss like what are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about your family? Are you going to talk about the struggles of making this movie? Are you going to talk about what happened after Slapgate? Is it going to come up at all? Like, I think it would have been better to just be a little bit gracious, say thank you, and kind of get the hell off the stage as quickly as possible.
This movie isn't actually about the slave character who it is based on. Yeah. It's about all of the people involved in the project who want to feel like they're magnificent, virtuous people.
And they are, Mary. It's Hollywood. They're so virtuous.
And what PR rep thought that like the move after Slapgate was for him to make a highly rehearsed and produced apology video where he self-flagellates, posts it on YouTube, and then he continues going to award shows and virtue signals.
When you get really big and really powerful, I don't think anyone says no to you. Yeah. So I think he just pitches it and they go, yeah, looks great. I'm good.
Also, even like you said, it's the highly produced part. If he'd done the same thing with just a phone.
In this creepy way where there was like a circular like piece of decor behind his head that looked like a halo. And they expected to get one over on us.
The other funny part about that is like, it's not just that, it's like, it looks like a talk show set. Like it doesn't look like an actual, like it's not like he filmed it in his kitchen. Like it looks like a fake. Like you could literally see the fake fruit that you can't eat on the countertop right there. It's
He definitely wasn't in his house.
It echoes the falsity, the fakeness of Hollywood. It echoes everything that everyone has a problem with in that industry. That you're not relatable. Nobody can. Like I don't want you lecturing me when you get to make your apology video from a big fake room with studio lighting. That's not a thing. It's not fair.
I still can't believe that he did the slap, went back to his seat, was it 20 minutes later, and got up to accept the Best Actor. And the first words out of his mouth weren't, "Oh my bleep, I'm so sorry. I can't believe this. Thank you for the award, Chris. I'm so sorry." What human doesn't do that?
I wonder if they
it's
asked him not to
amazing.
address it. It's a big production. Do you think they said like, look, legal's involved now?
I don't know.
Would his lawyer have been like, if you say something, you're tacitly admit? Like, I mean, everyone knows you did it,
But that still would just warrant you saying like, "Thank you for the award," and then sitting down. He went on a long tangent of incoherent nonsense.
But he kind of subtly said he deserved it in his speech when someone attacks my family, when he was talking about the Venus and Serena.
Yeah.
It was wow. I mean, I just couldn't believe he went there and then went there. And that's
just,
that's when you apologize.
Another avatar like Prince Harry, victim of narcissistic abuse.
you should have gone the other way and just not apologized. You should have been like, I'd do it again. What if he did that?
I almost respect that more.
Yeah, like when he was like, hey,
It was rehearsed. Don't worry, guys.
and then pay Chris Rock a ton of money to.
We duped ya.
And then Chris Rock gets every acting role in history because they think he's the greatest actor in the world because they think that whole thing was planned. Also, didn't he make Ali? He made Ali, right? Like that was the studio didn't give you the money to get that done in 2001, and that's the one with did Michael Mann direct that one?
I believe so.
And that was the one where like think about this. This is a crazy story. Like post Hollywood 2016, no way that movie gets made by like a white director.
Oh no.
But Will Smith said that I think. Spike Lee wanted to direct that movie, and Will Smith said he wanted Michael Mann to direct it.
Ooh.
But that would never happen nowadays.
Yeah.
They would say that you're not allowed to direct it because, Michael Mann directed it. So in 2001. So like nowadays they'd be like, well, he couldn't understand. He couldn't possibly understand the ability to direct a movie about Muhammad Ali.
And also, there are a lot of indie actors who will tell you, working on a movie, ran out of budget, we had to cut this, we had to cut that. How many times is Will Smith movies? It's Independence Day, it's Bad Boys. We got to cut it down. Let's rein in the trailer snacks or something. Come on.
Actually, I'm gonna. That's actually what happened here. According to it says Will Smith and Michael Mann offered to put up their salaries in case the film went over budget. But put up doesn't mean they actually did.
Yeah, and
like
also,
anybody can offer something up.
But that's a more risk commercially than like a Bad Boys or Independence Day, which are slam dunks.
Yeah, well, it's The Hurricane is one of my favorite movies with Denzel Washington. And a lot of people haven't seen that one. Like I haven't seen all of Denzel's catalog, but I love that movie. And that's a movie that today would not be able to be made in a way that wasn't over the top and
It's a shame.
Heavily virtue signaling, given what that case was about. So Will Smith, just either own it or just go back to making Bad Boys movies, and that's your best path forward, I think. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.